Don't forget to check out and grab your copy of our 2 newly released books, Football: A Love Story and What Did Football Teach Me? These books feature over 100 stories from current and former coaches, players, executives, and entertainers from across the football landscape, describing what got them involved in the game, what they love about it, and what life lessons the game taught them. You can find your copy or order your copy from our website at footballgameplan.com/books. New coach, yet continuity. That's always an important factor to any team's success, and the Giants had that with new head coach Ben McAdoo and defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo, which means the offense and the defense will have the mental comfort of the scheme, which should then allow them to play faster and avoid disastrous mental mistakes. The offensive line looks vastly improved over last season. On the interior, which is critical to any offensive success, is where they are the strongest with Weston Richburg, Justin Pugh, and John Jerry. A healthier Eric Flowers has had a strong camp, along with second-year offensive lineman Bobby Hart, who could give Marshall Newhouse a run for the right tackle job. Either way, the Giants have much more depth and versatility up front. The versatility and potential of this year's passing options is another reason to be optimistic. Adding rookie Sterling Shepard out of Oklahoma and a healthy Victor Cruz with Odell Beckham has the makings of a very strong trio in the NFL. Now, Cruz is still the wild card, but Shepard should be in the running for Rookie of the Year. The G-Men also have some nice options at the 4th receiver spot with Dwayne Harris, Jeremy Davis, and Tavares King. Also rookies Roger Lewis and KJ May out of Minnesota. And there's a bevy of options at tight end this year. Larry Donnell has had an outstanding camp and should retain his starting spot, which isn't a bad thing because it still won't keep Will Tye off the field, which allows the Giants much more offensive flexibility. When we look at free agent signing Will Johnson, I think that's another good athlete that can be moved around the formation, even serving time as a fullback. And the Giants also have tremendous depth in the backfield. They are right behind the Cowboys in this aspect. Guys like Rashard Jennings and Andre Williams, who came into camp lighter and much more explosive, have kept rookie running backs Paul Perkins and Marshawn Coprich splitting third-team reps. They kept these guys off the field, but good problem to have if you're the Giants, as these are 2 tremendous talents and somehow, some way, will find a way on the field. Shane Vereen still has a huge role in this offense because of his receiving skills, and as does fullback Nikita Whitlock because of his ability to block in the running game. The biggest cause for concern offensively would be if the Giants are still not able to balance the field in the passing game due to either rookie growing pains or Victor Cruz not being able to be Victor Cruz again and no one else steps up. Also, despite the depth in the backfield, if they can't be better than 100 yards a game than they ran for last year, then it's all for naught. The Giants are deep and more athletic on defense. That's the biggest reason for optimism, especially along the defensive line. Free agent signing Olivier Vernon, along with the growth of both Kerry Wynn and Owa Odigizua, gives the Giants a nice rotation with Jason Pierre-Paul. On the interior, Damon Harrison comes over from the New York Jets and gives them gap-clogging capabilities up front, which frees up opportunities for Jonathan Hankins and undrafted rookie free agent Greg Milhouse, who has been a pleasant surprise and the star of training camp. In the secondary is where you also see a big difference. The additions of free agent Janoris Jenkins and rookie Eli Apple, along with Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie, gives the Giants 3 strong covermen. Also adding rookie free safety Darian Thompson allows last year's second-round pick Landon Collins the freedom and ability to be moved around the defense. This is the best collection of talent in the secondary for the Giants I've seen in quite some time. Some good veteran depth here as well in Leon Hall and Leon McFadden, along with safeties Nat Berry and undrafted rookie free agent Andrew Adams out of UConn. The linebacking core is another bright spot with Jasper Brinkley and third-year player Devin Kennard, who I think will make a run for a Pro Bowl this year, and also Jonathan Casillas, who I think should fill in nicely until JT Thomas returns from injury. A boost of athleticism with Calvin Shepard and Keenan Robinson, but look out for rookie BJ Goodson out of Clemson, whose range and ability to play all 3 linebacker spots will help him find a way on the field a lot. The biggest cause for concern for the defense will be health. That's been the biggest issue for the Giants on this side of the ball for years. The premier guys obviously have to stay intact. The other concern will be getting the newly signed free agents and rookies acclimated and comfortable with Steve Spagnuolo's scheme. And if they can't, will he be willing to adjust said scheme to fit what these guys do well? That's the biggest question. The Giants also boast a very strong special teams unit with kicker Josh Brown, punter Brad Wing, and long snapper Zach Diassi, and also returnman Dwayne Harris. Brown will miss the opener due to suspension, and with the depth at running back, we may see Harris's time at kickoff returner divvied up a bit this season. The road to the Super Bowl for the Giants goes as follows. Number one, Big Blue pass rush returns. Again, when the Giants were at their best, their pass rush was outstanding. They were dominant, and they were able to get a healthy rotation going. If that happens again this year, they'll be very tough to move the football against up front. And Victor Cruz gets back to salsa dancing. If he can get back to what we saw earlier in his career, that's going to balance out that passing game and make them very tough to defend with Shepard, Cruz, and Odell Beckham. And the third down defense have to improve. I think the Giants have to do a better job of getting off the field on third downs. If they're able to do that, that explosive offense, like I just mentioned, will be back on the field more often than not. And if Eli Manning can avoid those big-time interceptions, I think this offense can put up at least 30 to 35 points a game. And with the way their defense has improved, I think this could be a very dangerous football team that could end up in the Super Bowl if all things are able to move forward like I just listed here. I have the Giants finishing second in the NFC East. Defensively, this team will surprise and will be tough to move the football against. Offensively, look for the Giants to utilize their passing game to set up the run, which in my opinion will give them the most success they've had on the ground in the last few seasons. The Giants will be in the hunt for both the NFC East crown and a wild card berth.